I realized that with my calling being to help people in relationships, that I was being called into marriage ministry at some point, and that was going to be as a marriage counselor. So it's easy to do that unprofessionally and give advice, but I knew I needed the tools. So it meant going back to school. I dropped out my senior year of college, and I always told myself I would go back. And months turned into years, and a few years turned into 25 years before I finally followed the voice. And that voice was just always in my head saying, it's time to finish your degree. And I was just tired of hearing it. So I decided to call and get information from schools, found the right one, and before I knew it, I'd started day one, and 18 months later flew by, and I was graduating with my bachelor's. It wasn't easy, but it was so worth it. The balancing my life between family, job, and education is tricky. My kids are a little bit older, so it is easier now than when they were little. But I also try to serve in places where I can serve with my family. So in Vida Nueva, because that is for young adults, all 3 of my kids are teenagers. And so all 5 of us serve together, and I don't feel like I'm pulling myself away from them, because my family is my first ministry. And so serving together makes it easier to then go do something like my education, which is just for me. Vida Nueva is a ministry to raise up Christian leaders so that we could help them grow closer to Christ and then send them back to their church where they can spread that message, disciple others, and lead for Christ. Let's see, in 10 years, I feel like I will probably have walked away from a 30 to 35 year career at my current job, which I can't even imagine happening, but I will have walked away from that, and I will be serving as a marriage counselor in my church and in other various ministries. My life verse, for me, it kind of changes with the season, and I would say the last few years it has definitely been Proverbs 3:5-6, and that is trusting in the Lord with all of my heart. I struggle with the all part. I trust Him really good in some areas, and then not so good in others. So God's really calling me to 100% trust relationship and leaning not on myself, but Him. She did for me means that I followed my life verse and I trusted God.